I don't think we should linger here too long.
Welcome, friend. We need to discuss the preparations for the coming assault, but I wanted to wait until you arrived. Do you have any questions before we begin? We need to end the plane meld before Nirn is destroyed. To do that, we must deal with the planar vortex. To reach the vortex, we need to cross the chasm and get through whatever defenses the Dark Lord throws at us. I fear battle is inevitable. Well said, friend. Please, hold your questions until everyone who wants to has had an opportunity to speak. After that, we can debate the details as you see fit. Attention, please. I have called you all here because the moment of destiny fast approaches. The great shackle has been destroyed, but not before a planar vortex was established. We must destroy this vortex before it sucks the very essences of Nirn into Cold Harbor. The Fighters Guild shall deal with the chasm's defenders, but blades have little power against
And
magic.
that's where my mages come in. Our scouts report that some kind of magical fixtures block access to the path across the chasm. Mages there already work on a way to overcome these fixtures, and we are prepared to lend our strength when the main force arrives.
A sound plan. Plays to our unique strengths. But this one wonders, what if the mages can't overcome Molag Barl's magic?
What a ridiculous question! Of course my mages can overcome this magic!
Ah, magic, the solution to all life's problems. I love magic, it's so magical.
I have absolute confidence in Vanus and his mages.
Thank you, your lordship. But to be honest with you, I'm not feeling as confident as Vanus about this.
We shall fight with all our strength. There is no other option. Lives will be lost, but hopefully a world will be saved. Know that the chasm is only the first stage of this battle. The planar vortex abides within the very heart of Molag Bal's lair.
Oh, this just gets better and better.
Darian, mind your tongue.
Darian only seeks to lighten a tense situation. Still, we have to try. To do nothing is to doom Tamriel to certain destruction.
Well, when you put it that way, there are a lot of lovely ladies that need to be saved.
Yes, well, be that as it may. We launch our assault on the chasm immediately. The king needs to talk to the champion, and I must discuss some final details with the mages. The rest of you have your own preparations to see to, I'm sure.
A new face. That's a rare occurrence. Welcome to the ever-full flagon, friend. The ever-full flagon has the finest mead. Don't drink the mead. Gemerth is dead. He was my daughter Nelhilda's mate, her true love. I suspect the contents of that letter will break her heart, if she's sober. You must try our special blend. Do you like to celebrate? Everyone here is always celebrating something. Nelhilda and Gemerth were working to find a way to end this madness. Go upstairs and talk to Nelhilda. She has a plan. Yes, indeed. Everything is fine here at the Flagon. Plenty of mead, plenty of happy Nords. Can you have another mead? Of course you can. Very well, ask what you will, but be quick about it. We don't want to attract any undue attention. I'm trying not to arouse any suspicion. The Thane is always watching, listening. We must put on a good show. The celebrating has been going on for a long, long time. Who would have thought that an endless supply of mead could become such a curse? The mead's in here, so no, not many. Besides, those creatures out there aren't very friendly, and some of them were once our friends and neighbors. One day, though, Gemerth had had enough. Even his love for my daughter couldn't keep him here. Haven't you ever seen the results of a Daedric bargain before? Now please, go upstairs and talk to my daughter Nelhilda. She has a plan to save us all. And with your help, maybe this time it will even succeed.
You're not one of the regulars here at the Flagon. I can do this. I can resist the mead for my Gemerth. Father sent you. Good. I can use the help. The mead is enchanted. It muddles our minds and clouds our memories. But I may have found a way to purify the mead and stop the cravings it inspires. I need a rare magical flower, Kind's Tear, to make a potion. Unfortunately, the flowers are invisible. You need a Kind runestone to see them. There may be a runestone at the nearby abandoned shrine. I knew Gemerth was gone, but this makes it so much more final. He worked so tirelessly to find a way to end this enchantment. I'm determined to finish what we started. Gemerth believed it had something to do with a Daedric prince and a bad bargain. If that's true, we never figured out who struck the deal. All I'm certain of is that the mead is delicious, and it never runs out, and drinking it has cost us our souls. Yes, we stay inside and drink. We have no souls. We were afraid to die in this god-forsaken place. Nords without souls aren't welcome in Sovngarde, you know. The Thane does what he can to keep us happy, usually by opening another cask of mead. Not a one in the whole place. Some of us shrivel up and turn into the creatures outside. Others run off to die, like my Gemerth did. The rest of us drink. I abstain from the mead for a while, try to remember the old days. Then the craving returns. I've been fighting the craving, trying to find a way to break the spell. I want to save my father and the villagers if I can. As for my father, he was always a strong man. The mead never seemed to affect him the way it got to the rest of us.
Do I look drunk?
Delighted to feast on your blood.
doing something with magic-y?
You came back. I was afraid I'd imagined our earlier discussion. My mind plays tricks on me, especially when the craving gets really bad. I wasn't sure any of the flowers survived the trip here. Cold Harbor is a dead place, and Kyne is concerned with living things. If you found the flowers, maybe she hasn't abandoned us. I'll make the purifying potion now. I hope I remember the recipe correctly. It's been so long since I tried to do anything more complicated than downing a mug of mead in one gulp. One more thing. There. That should do it. Take the potion and pour it into the 3 casks. I need some mead.
Not if you were the last node in Tamriel.
My Nelhilda would thank you if she could. Oh, this is all my fault. I was just trying to save my failing business. Now look at us. These people used to respect me. I used to help them. I made a bargain, but I was tricked. I realized too late that the mage who promised to help me was likely a Daedric prince. After that, the flagon slipped into Cold Harbor and we've been trapped here ever since. It used to be me that people turned to for help. When Hout showed promise, I bought him a lute. When Hreidi won a contest, I gave her dueling daggers. Nelhilda has gotten things rolling with your help. I want to help her, help my friends. Hout and Hreidi were admired in our village. If the enchantment is wearing off, they'll help me rally the others. It would help if Hout had his lute and Hreidi had her silver daggers. We can continue what Nelhilda has begun. Talk to Hout and Hreidi. Perhaps they remember where they hid the lute and daggers.
I used to sing for thanes and kings. I danced around and had many fine things. How about that? I made a rhyme. I've still got it. You're a curious one. I imagine the Thane is keeping his eye on you. You want me to reveal a secret, huh? Secrets are a bard's trade, after all. There should be a price. I know. A contest. Oh, you're angry. How positively adorable. When last I saw my beloved lute, I played a song for the lovely Juelda. I struck a pose inspired by the statue outside her house, and I sang my heart out. Let me tell you, she was suitably impressed.
You look familiar. Were we flirting just a little while ago? I am a dangerous, dangerous woman. Even without my silver daggers, I could flay you. If you think you can threaten me, drink again. Think again. If you want my daggers, you'll have to duel me for them. I'm too dull to drunk. Did I ever tell you I once had a pair of silver dueling daggers? Given to me by... Who gave them to me? I should remember. He was such a nice man. I was brave and fast with my knives. You should have seen me duel. You'll find them? Aren't you sweet? Let me think. I remember the Thane said it was too dangerous to drink and duel.
You knocked down an old man.
I've had just about enough of this.
I think everyone needs a drink. How about some more mead?
We don't want any more mead. Get out of here.
Your souls are mine.
Sure,
You may as well
souls.
drink up and accept your
We've been
fate.
deceived.
I want to hear you beg, or I'll cut off the supply of special
There
blend.
you go. What just happened here?
Did you see? The villagers. They're starting to remember. The Thane threatened my daughter and I actually stood up to him. Of course, he knocked me down, but still. We're returning to our old selves. I'll return these to Hridi and Hout. Ask them to help keep people's spirits up. During my confrontation with the Thane, he said he holds our souls. He laughed at me, said how amusing it was to see me agonize over my friends as they waste away. I think he keeps the souls nearby. He always comes and goes as he pleases. If you could destroy the Thane, our souls might return to us. Then we could leave this place. I think his lair is in one of the nice houses near the old well. I appreciate your help. I need to make this right. For Nilhilda, for Gemerth, for my friends.
Yeah!
I don't know what you did, but something changed. Everyone can feel it. Then the curse is broken at last. They'll hate me if they find out I caused the curse. Oh, we've lost so much. I need to make amends. But what would the truth bring us except more pain? My Nelhilda mourns for her beloved Gamurth. I need to find a way to help her. Maybe you're right. Nelhilda struggled to find the enchantment and she lost her beloved Gamurth. She deserves my honesty. I hope she can forgive me. Nelhilda, please, come here.
What is it, Father?
I need to get this off my chest. I made the deal that doomed us. I made the bargain with the Daedric Prince.
Father! Why would you do such a thing? I lost my love to this cursed place because you weren't selling enough mead? How can I ever forgive you for this? I never want to see you again!
Nelhilda was the only thing that kept me sane in this dread place. What will I do now? I beg of you, daughter, try to forgive me. What I did was a foolish mistake. I never imagined anyone else would be at risk.
I don't know what to do. I'm so angry at him. And yet, my father is all I have left. Look what my father's selfishness has cost us. How could he have been so foolish? That's asking a lot of me. My father always seemed more aware. I sometimes wondered if he knew more than he let on. But to have caused all of this suffering? My poor Gamurth. I know. I keep thinking about how kind he could be, always helping others. He did something terribly foolish, but I know he is not a bad man. I'll try to forgive him, but I do wish we could leave this place. We will go to the Hollow City. Some of the villagers may decide to stay here, where it's familiar, but that will be their choice. I grieve for the lost, but it's not in a Nord's nature to just give up. Thank you for helping us. I think I can forgive you, Father, though it may take time. For now, it's best if we leave this place.
Oh, my dear girl. I will do everything in my power to make this up to you and to the others.
Listen, everyone. We're going to the Hollow City. Join us! We're Nords, and we can handle whatever Cold Harbor throws our way! Come, Father. We need to make plans to travel to the Hollow City.
just getting started. Oh, good. I didn't want to walk.
I can't go on like this. I'll handle this, sir. You can come out and see in a moment. So, someone has come to help us at last. We're out here in the middle of Cold Harbor, and that's the best question you can come up with? I am most definitely not talking to myself. I am speaking to the alchemist. Be quiet, you mangy cat. I can't hear myself think with all that racket. Patience, sir. I'll explain everything. I am with the Mages Guild. We stepped through the portal and wound up in this vile laboratory. Daedra experimented on us. They merged our two souls. Now we're wasting away as this soul meld kills us.
To see out of Khajiit's eyes again. Zar hates being caged in that dark place. Yes, this one is pretty famous. Perhaps you have heard of Zar. But Zar must tell you, this soul meld is killing us. Will you help us? Will you unmeld our souls? Unmeld is so to a word. Pardon. The dwarven device that caused this is inside the laboratory. But Robo blocks the way. Collect Zar's notes and a bottle of pearl tincture. With those, this one can make a potion that will get you past the rubble. Questions are good. Ask and ask again. That is the systematic method of experimentation. Remember that you must know the rules before you can successfully break them. Their specialty is transmutation. Change one thing into another. So, not too difficult to change you from large to small. Then you can slip past the obstacles that block the entrance. There's never... Unfortunately, no. The soul meld weakens us, and we must conserve our strength. With the recipe and the ingredients, this one can make a transmutation potion and exert almost no energy whatsoever. A much better approach at this time, yes? Oh yes, we came to defeat the evil Moloch Baal. Or was it Menemarco? There forgets. So many bad things start with the letter M. But something went wrong and Godress, and this one ended up here. That's when the Daedra melded our souls.
harvesting runestones.
Don't underestimate them.
You're dangerous, huh?
Over here. This one used an illusion spell. Very little effort. It is good to be out and about. Cold Harbor is an inhospitable. Zer thought this was where he left the tincture, so I came to investigate. Don't tell Godress that Zer was here. A simple illusion spell protected me. But Godress gets worried. Me? I like to explore. This one has always enjoyed trying new and different things. But this situation, it is very strange, very awkward. Is that thought me, sir? Or me, Godress? This one can never be certain where... Zar told you our friend would find us, Godress. You worried too much. Godress is upset because we had to hide behind some rocks. Undignified, he said. Well, Zar says that being eaten by a deformed creature is even more undignified. Quiet, Godress. This one knows what he's doing. This is most fragrant work, my friend. Most fragrant. Zar shall draft the potion immediately. It should make you slightly smaller. Certainly small enough to squeeze through the rubble. Long enough to slip into the laboratory. A few minutes, give or take. Now, let Zar think. Was it 6 or 7 drops of tincture? Sir thinks he saw some dried scarecrow over here. Ah, yes, here it is. Ah, Sir's finest potion yet. You will drink it now, yes?
This grows more taxing by the hour. Here is the potion. I hope Zer didn't cut any corners, but knowing him, it probably tastes terrible. Yes, Zer, I'll be sure to mention it. I am not a mixer of potions, and I don't want to debate the merits of alchemy with Zer again. But the cat knows what he's doing. Inside, look for my notebook. It lists what you need to craft the antipodal rods. Rods that will reverse the soul meld. Just find the components and craft the rods. We will try to recuperate and regain enough strength to teleport ourselves inside. If you have questions, please ask them before you drink the potion. The potion will work, you'll see. And know that I am grateful for your help.
over here. The constructs have moved away from the forge.
All this skulking around using up valuable energy on apprentice-level illusions. I grow ever more weary. Even Zer's enthusiasm is ebbing. I'm afraid to hope too much. But you've made such progress. Perhaps we shall end this torment after all. The constructs have moved off. The forge area is clear, at least for the moment. Melt the components in the furnace, then craft 2 rods from the mixture. There is an anvil near the furnace. Be careful, though. The mixture can be volatile. The machine that merged us is further on, in the Overseer's atelier. We'll meet there. Teleportation was never this difficult before. The spell took so much out of me I was afraid we would never materialize. But Zer has the key to this room. He acquired it shortly after we'd got here. Were you able to... We are so close. You need to use the rods to activate the dwarven device that performed the soul meld. Oh, and the crystal. I'm getting as careless as Zer. Look for a glowing crystal. The Overseer placed it in the machine to power the device. Well, in a manner of speaking, understand that Zer and I do not have 2 separate bodies to return to. But if this works, the soul meld won't kill the both of us. The magic will separate the intertwined strands of our souls, but only one of us will survive the process. Do not be dismayed. We rejoice at a chance for one of us to survive. Go on ahead. We will meet you inside momentarily. Wasn't sure the illusion would last long enough to make it across the chamber, but it did.
As the end approaches, this one must admit that he will miss our time together. This one can't believe you crossed this chamber without so much as an illusion to mask your presence. You are so brave. This one, Zer's whiskers were twitching inside the Dark Elf's head. Next comes the exciting part. You test our theory. See those two pillars? One represents Zer, the other Godress. Insert the antipodal rods and turn on the device. If it works, you should be able to separate our melted souls. Yes, as we have explained, one body, one soul. At least one of us will survive to help the Mages Guild. This one knows you will make the right decision. Place the crystal into the machine, then insert an antipodal rod into each pillar to start the unmelding process. One of us must be saved. How strange this feels. To be simply there again is lonely. There is fine. At least, Zer thinks it is true. This one feels strangely empty. This one is there again. But, thanks to my time with Godress, this one is also different. Zer wants very much to leave this place. Many bad memories. The door is nearby. It will open from this side. Meet us, me, outside. My abilities grow stronger already. This one can create a portal to somewhere safe, once we are outside. Zer's mind feels empty, silent. I miss Godress already. During our time together, we determined that the Dwarven device operates on the same principles as Molag Bal's plane mail. Zer will honor the Dark Elf's memory and give him credit for this discovery. Thank you again for saving us, my friend. This one is strong enough to open a portal now. We shall go to this hollow city Zer has heard so much about. The portal shall remain open for only a few minutes, my friend. Zer hopes to see you again in the hollow city.
It is settled. We shall cross the chasm and make our way to the planar vortex at the heart of Molag Bal's realm. Now that you know the plan, I have a special request to make of you. This mission needs a leader. I want you to lead the assault across the chasm. We have asked so much of you, and you have already accomplished the impossible. But you are one of a very small few that I would trust with this task. I knew we could count on you. You have never disappointed me. But there is so much left to do if we are going to win this war. Still, with you leading the charge, we have an excellent chance to end the plane meld and save our world. With the combined forces of the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild, we must take the battle to Molag Bal and reach the portal to the planar vortex. It all starts at the chasm. Scouts are already in place, gathering information ahead of your arrival. It is a narrow, well-defended span of rock, swarming with Daedra and dominated by a gatehouse that blocks the way into Molag Bal's personal domain. Cadwell knows the region. He's a strange fellow, but I trust him. He's waiting for you at the chasm.
Well, this has my knickers in a twist. We have a perfectly fine army, but what good is it sitting around this side of the chasm, twiddling its collective thumbs? It's rather embarrassing, if truth be told. The situation? We're well and truly flummoxed. Before we could cross the chasm, before we could confront Molag Gunda, we were stopped by a few irksome focus stones. The wee ginger mage says we need to break the stones, but good luck with that. Nothing other than the multitude of Dremora sitting on top of them. I could handle this myself, but I didn't want to make the rest of the troops sad by showing off my awesome battle skills. But you, on the other hand, they're used to that from you.
Bet they weren't expecting that.
Darian has rushed on ahead as usual. I shall proceed with caution and see if I can keep him focused on the task.
I'm gonna show up.
Darian has rushed on ahead as usual. I shall proceed with caution and see if I can keep him focused on the task at hand.
Good show! The portal belongs to us now. Sir Darian and that lovely lizard have gone on ahead. I think he might be a bit intimidated by our prowess on the field of battle, and he's trying to compensate. Grunda's a cheeky one, and she knows we're getting close. She's summoning reinforcements faster than Darian can kill them. You'd best get to it. By all means. Do you want to know how many Daedra can dance on the head of a pin? How I managed to stay so cheerful even in the most perilous of circumstances? What's my favorite color? Ask away. Molag Grunda, a large woman with wings, bit of a temper, guards the gatehouse. I hear that she's the daughter of Molag Ball, if you can believe that. He never struck me as a family man, but who am I to judge? It's my home, old chum. Has been for years. I know every wondrous nook and cranny. Beautiful place, full of fascinating creatures. Of course, they often try to kill you, but that's the challenge of it, isn't it?
this. You two guard the portal. Till anyone coming through to push ahead. The source of the reinforcements must be cut off. I'll scout on ahead. We need to know what we're going to face at that gatehouse.
Don't underestimate that.
One Daedric portal closed, as promised. Now that's how to do it with style.
These creatures do not frighten me. Let us close this portal. The portal is closed. We make a most effective team, my friend.
Cities can be just as fickle as people, but just as beautiful too.
You stink of blood, sweat, and iron. I like it. Did you... My gut... Reachman or alot... Show your teeth. Ice Reach. It's a spooky... Ah! Well, what do you...
Ah, just who I... Elden Hollow. There's a great... What's a few more foul...
My comrades are louts. Pompous, undisciplined, just waiting for death to take them. Show me you are not. Blackheart Haven. A paradise spoiled by pirates. Captain, I hold pirates in...
Can you believe it? Dragons, in your own homeland. What are you going to do?
This one does not know, but he hopes his family is safe.
It hurts. Oh, it hurts. It's not as bad as it looks, is it?
I think our friends have the chasm well in hand. What say we pop in for a chat with Moloch Grunder?
The chasm is nearly ours.
Right, we control the rest of the chasm now, and the troops have matters well in hand. Let's go and have a sit down with Moloch Grunder. She's always good for a laugh and a song. From Grunder? Rudeness, hostility, sarcasm, and most certainly a large amount of open hostility. I've no idea how she keeps house, but I imagine we'll find the usual Daedric touches that make Cold Harbor feel so warm and inviting.
I can't wait to see Molar Grunder's face when she sees us. She and I go way back, you know. Once we get inside, we cross one little bridge to reach the gatehouse. Follow me.
There's a trick to getting into the gatehouse proper, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. Not to worry, though. I'm sure it will come back to me. I remember now. There's a flywheel in each of the side antechambers. We need to start them spinning to open the main door. It's all coming back to me. There's a lever across the chamber. Just give it a good tug, and that flywheel will be spinning.
That was fun.
What an impressive door. Look at that craftsmanship. Remarkable. Grunder always had good taste, I have to say. I knew that would work. A word of advice. Guard your pluckables. Grunder enjoys plucking out eyes, spleens, anything pluckable, really.
Puny, wingless
useless mortal fool! I'll feast on your flesh after my little pet rips it from your bones!
That was disappointing. Hardly worked up a sweat.
Well done! With Molag Grunda defeated, the entirety of the chasm is now under our control! While you were lollygagging, we secured the area. You did well, my friend. Thanks to your efforts, we control the chasm and can freely move troops between the Hollow City and the front lines. Take a moment to collect your thoughts, then come see me again. This gauntlet we must run is far from over. As soon as you're ready, we have another mission that could use your unique approach. Vampires. The region beyond is crawling with them. Worse, anyone we send in there is turned into one of the foul monsters. And do you see the structure that looms on the horizon? I believe that's one of Molag Bal's infamous harvest hearts. Eager and confident. I like that. I need you to collect blood from the vampires. It's an integral component in the pacification ritual I will perform. Use the blood to mark their lairs. I'll meet you near the heart when you're finished. What are you still doing here? The vampires won't bleed themselves, you know. I have my preparations to deal with, and you have yours. The first step is to make sure the ritual targets the correct creatures. Marking the vampires' lairs with their own blood will guarantee this. In the most expedient manner possible, the ritual unleashes a magic that tracks down the blood and targets the creatures connected to it. Then the vampires will become mindless beasts, no longer capable of posing any threat. I've been developing this ritual for years, but I've never had the chance to test it until now. If this works, it could be a major breakthrough against vampirism. Just another of Molag Bal's clever witticisms, I suppose. It's an orchard from which he plucks the fruit of his vampiric creations. Or something poetic and disturbing like that. But we have a ritual to prepare for. I've read accounts of these foul artifacts. Molag Bal uses them to enslave large communities and to empower specific parts of his divine portfolio. In this case, I believe the heart is greatly increasing the rate at which the vampirism spreads. Not easily, but that's where my ritual comes in. By the time I finish casting it, the heart will be no more, and the vampires will no longer pose a threat to our forces.
The return of Archmage Shanador. Truly a reason for all sons of Skyrim to smile.
you subjecting my people to this danger?
Anyone else?
You don't know what you're doing. Molag Bal is the enemy here, not my children. Stay sweet, surely has tasked you.
Feels good to get the blood pumping, right?
My children are not evil.
Foul temptress! I'll hear no more of your lies!
Such a stubborn elf. Perhaps your companion will be more willing to listen to reason. I hope that you'll prove to be more reasonable than your companion. My offer makes perfect sense, considering the alternatives. Some call me the Crimson Matron, others the concubine of Cold Harbor. I am an elder vampire brought to this new life by Molag Bal. These are my children, but they have been enthralled by the Lord of Brutality. My children protect this orchard because Molag Bal commands it. They aren't evil. They're slaves of the Harvest Heart. Instead of destroying them, help me set them free. Imagine an army of vampires that owes you a favor. The ritual the elf plans to perform will drive my children mad. But there's a better solution if you're willing to listen to reason. Molag Bal is the real enemy here. Let me help you free my children from the Dark Lord's thrall. Then we both win. I can perform my own ritual. It will destroy the Harvest Heart and set my children free. Help me accomplish this, and my children will be in your debt. They will provide you with safe passage through the orchard and aid you against Molag Bal. A most wise and honorable decision. I'll follow you to the ritual sites. Protect me while I perform the ritual, and we will break Molag Bal's hold on my children. Defend me while I perform this portion of the ritual.
blood pumping, right?
Thank you for assisting me. This portion of the ritual is complete.
Waiting to try the spell out.
Thank you for assisting me. This portion of the ritual is complete. Come talk to me. I must explain your role in the next stage of the ritual. The time has come to perform the ritual and destroy the Harvest Heart. My children yearn to be free. The black blood flowing from the Harvest Heart binds my children to Molag Bal. But it also gives us a connection we can take advantage of. While I provide the power to destroy the Harvest Heart, you must sever the connection to Molag Bal. Find the lot of schemes binding totems and destroy them. They are spaced evenly around the Harvest Heart. As each totem breaks, my children will be separated from Molag Bal, and the energy protecting the Harvest Heart will falter.
The Harvest Heart is destroyed!
The Harvest Heart has been destroyed. My children are no longer slaves to Molag Bal. Most certainly. Thanks to your efforts, my children are free. They won't give you any more trouble. And, as I promised, my children will aid you when you need it most.
Another successful mission. But we're not finished yet.
Be gone, foul creature! We don't have time for your games!
Here comes the
Mortals
champion,
are
just in
always
time,
so
as always.
amusing. I offer information, aid for your quest, and you shun me.
You expect us to trust a creature of the plains? Ridiculous!
A mare as arrogant as a kin. How delightful. I do so love watching egotistical braggarts stumble. I may allow you to reconsider and accept my offer. Of course, I may not. I haven't decided yet.
You there! Find out where that creature is lurking. I want her watched.
We have come so far, but we have leagues to go before this business is concluded. We must push forward. We must find a way through the walls of the fortified city that looms ahead of us. A Dremora army guards the walls of the citadel, but there are those among us who recognize the city, who knew it well before it was pulled from Nirn. We can use the guild halls inside to launch a surprise attack, provided someone prepares the way. Find a way inside and locate the Fighters Guild. Wards protect the hall, making it impossible for anyone to get in or out of the building. We know a secret tunnel that leads into the hall, but we'll be trapped inside until the wards are deactivated. Time is not on our side, but I will indulge you. Ask your questions. The wards are part of the defenses from an earlier era. They could be activated to protect guild halls in times of trouble. Once set, the only way in or out of the hall was through the secret passageways. You need to find the ward key. The ward key is decorated with arcane runes that can unbind the defenses and deactivate the wards. It should be near the guild hall. Find the key and deactivate the wards. Then the fighters can emerge from the hall and surprise the Dremora. Even the strongest armor has chinks that can be taken advantage of. Look for a place to climb or a break to crawl through. The female Dremora offered to help us, but Galerion sent her away. If you run into her, see what she has to say. Then you should certainly seek her out. We could use whatever help is offered, no matter its source. Just be on your guard. A Dremora would never offer help without some sort of string attached.
I left the legend said. so much death and destruction. I don't know why I'm surprised. I never expected Cold Harbor to be a walk in the snow. More sad news, this wretched domain is full of it. Still, it's better to know what happened to Natira than to wonder what fate befell her. Thank you for that.
You have a home.
Yeah!